What's up guys, and welcome to the video. Today I have a deck profile for you. This is one of the winning decks from this week's UK meta report, so if you haven't seen that, please go and check it out. This list is from one of the guys who gives me information for locals. His name is James, and the first time I met him, it was at the first London DBS challenge. It was a set 2 tournament and he got top 4 with Champa. So after I saw the result that he gave me this week, I knew this was probably his deck, and I was right. So I've asked him a few questions, I've asked him for his list, and here is a rundown of his deck. So the leader is Vegeta. Once per turn you can choose one card from your life and add it to your hand, and it gains crit. When you have 4 or less life, you can flip this over to draw 2 cards and awaken. On the flip side, again, choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. This card gains crit, and also if you have 7 or more blue energy, this card also gains £10,000 for the duration of the turn, and when you attack, draw 1 card. And the list is as follows. We have 3 Bodyguard Legic, 4 Furthering Destruction Champa, 4 Unbreakable Gokus, that's all the reds there. Then we've got 4 Boos, Energy Boosted Majin Buu, 4 Piccolos, 4 Unyielding Trunks, 4 Margin Defiler South Supreme Kai. Then we've got the Buu engine here, 4 Out of Control Evil Majin Buu, 4 Power Absorbing Majin Buu, and 3 The Ultimate Evil Majin Buu, and also 3 Raging Spirits on Gohan to round out the blue battle cards, 2 Scientist Foos as the only black cards, and 3 Monarcha and 4 Senzu Bean. So it is a Vegeta deck with the Buu chain in there, but the idea of this build is that it still should function as a typical aggro Vegeta deck if you don't manage to get the Buu cards. But if you do, then the turn 3 win is very possible with all the untaps that it provides. So the 4-ofs are the cards that you want to see multiple copies of in each game, and it also helps keep the turn 3 or turn 4 win as consistent as possible. The 3-ofs were because 4 would have felt clunky, so especially the Combo Gohan and the Monarcha. They're a bit more situational, and often they actually end up as energy, but generally the 4-ofs are just the better cards, but the 3-ofs still have their uses. There are only 2 Foos in here because he would only overwhelm once per game at most, so there wasn't any point in having any more than 2. So he said that the deck, in terms of how it plays, is a pretty all-in deck. And as you can see, there are no negates and very few defensive cards in there, so generally it's just aggro all the way. And against SS3, against Cell or Ginyu, you want to hit them before they can really set up their board presence. So if you get them down to 5 life before turn 3, and then you can Buu chain them for the rest of their life the next turn, and that's before they can really set up to do anything too damaging to you. The South Kai is also there to bounce the Khalifas and the Cabas to help with board control. So in terms of an aggro mirror match, you'll just have to out aggro them. Against Marseille, it's just straight up aggro into aggro, but because there are more double strike crits here with the Champas and the Monarchas, so getting those and a blocker in the starting hand is key. Pretty much ignore Buu in the Marseille matchup and just use the leader pressure and double crits where possible. One weakness that he noticed with the deck was against barrier blockers, so the Pan matchup was quite difficult for him. He used the 5-drop Buu to apply pressure to the board whilst aggressively defending life in the first few turns, and this allowed him to get several of the 7-drop Buu out to overwhelm his opponent. He didn't have a sideboard on this occasion. He just didn't feel that he had played it enough to know exactly what he would want in the board, but he did mention obvious things like Whis' Coercion, Mafuba, Sun Goten Family of Justice, Marseillan. Just stuff to get rid of early threats such as Veggies in general, although he was pretty happy with the way the deck ran. As mentioned, barrier blockers would be the main issue, and he doesn't really have an idea against that yet. If you guys do have any suggestions, then leave it in the comments and I'll pass a message on to him. So that was the deck profile for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do try and bring you slightly different decks, ones which are a bit more interesting, and hopefully Beerus wins next week, so I'll try and get a profile of that if it does. So yeah guys, if you haven't checked out the meta reports, then please go and take a look. And if there are any specific lists that you wanted me to profile, then please drop it in the comments below. Please sub for more content, and I will see you guys next time.